It is now nearly 3 months since the Supreme Court nullified the trial of civilians in military courts, a decision that many say was a landmark ruling in the history of Uganda's justice system. Whereas the Supreme Court ordered that all charges or criminal trials before the courts-martial involving civilians should cease and be transferred to the ordinary courts of law with competent jurisdiction, hundreds, if not thousands, of suspects previously charged by the court-martial are yet to have their files transferred to the civil courts.
What we have been bothered about all of this while is, why are these people still being held in jail? And yet the Supreme Court said the General Court Martial has got no authority and jurisdiction over them.
Although some of the files, notably those of Dr. Kizza Besigye and Obed Lutale, have been transferred to civilian courts, probably due to public uproar, it is unclear why most of the files of other suspects remain untouched.
We have raised this matter in Parliament severally. The most recent time, Honorable Norbert Mao came out to say, well, we are working on it and so on. Obviously, Mao seems to have colluded with the state to keep these people in jail, because that's what his statement was saying, to show that we are still working on it. It's over 3 months. What exactly are you working on? Because these files, you're meant to transfer them.
Now, Ssenyonyi says he interacted with some of these suspects at Luzira Prison on Wednesday, including Dr. Kizza Besigye, and most of them are reportedly worried that the plans to amend the UPDF Act, which the General Court Martial used to charge them, could see them locked up in jail for a very long time and be subjected to military law yet again.
And it's a justified concern because it goes against the laws of our country. It goes against Article 92, which says Parliament cannot pass a law to alter a decision of court. But also they are saying the Supreme Court already took a decision. Why are you still persecuting them?
Equally, they are complaining about dresses, the clothes they put on, that many of them were forced to borrow from colleagues. If someone has been detained for 5 years, why don't you give them appropriate uniforms or enough uniforms?
I have more than 7 or 8 of my people I represent. They are in detention for 4.5 years. So as a constitutional lawyer, to be a student of the Constitution who actually being educated by my constituents, I get worried. How am I going to become a constitutional lawyer in a country which does not actually respect the rule of law?
The legislators have now vowed to continue pressing Justice Minister Norbert Mao to either compel prison authorities to free the suspects in question or transfer their files to civilian courts as directed by the Supreme Court. They claim that the suspects are still being held specifically for political reasons and not criminal records. Daniel Kibet, NTV.